Hello, everyone. Welcome to another fun episode of Effect House Live. I am so glad that you guys are here with us today. I am joining in from Japan. We are in the midst of traveling our Asian countries and meeting all of our creators in person. We had the Korean award ceremony, Japan award ceremony, and now we're here to meet all of you guys. But I couldn't miss out on you guys, our Effect House Live audience. It was so surprising because I got to meet a lot of them in person, and they told me like, "Oh my God, Celine, I see you from the Effect House Lives," and it was so nice to meet them in person and not from a nickname. But for those of you who I didn't get to meet in person, I am very looking forward to the day where I get to meet you guys in person as well. But today we have the chat room, so don't forget to leave a lot of comments and send hearts there. Today's fun episode is how to use the spotlight with and custom materials with the sunset lamp. And today with me, I have my wonderful friend and interactive engineer, Melody. Hi, Melody.
Hello, Celine. Hi, hello everyone. Glad to
Hello,
be here
everyone.
again.
How are
Yeah.
you?
And Celine, can I ask a question? How could you make that heart on screen effect? That's super cool.
Yeah, it is because I'm using my MacBook
Ah, that
computer,
is
and
fun.
if you do this, it detects the
Wow.
gesture. Melody, are you using a MacBook?
Yeah, I'm using a laptop, the MacBook. Yeah.
You can also do really fun things like this, where you do a light parade. I'm at a rave. Boom, boom,
Oh
boom.
my God, you
It
really
is
need to
8 a.m.
show me
here.
how to do that. I have no idea. Yeah.
It is 8 a.m. here, but the energy is high, and I'm also celebrating that we had a wonderful open house. I'll sit down with you and teach you how you can do
That's
all of
so
these fun
cool.
reactions. But thank you for noticing, Melody. I see that
Wow.
Miro and
Wow,
Muhammad is.
you're a superstar. I mean, on every platform there. Yeah.
Aw,
Sorry.
thank you, Melody. Also, I want to know where you guys are joining in from because it is 8 a.m. in Japan, where I'm joining from, and I have some fun things that I want to show you guys. This is not our usual live time, so people might be missing it. People might not know that this live is happening, but for those of you who saw the announcement and joined, I want to know where you're joining in from. So let us know in the comments. Also, um, a couple months ago, Melody showed her amazing little cute panda when she was joining. So I thought I'll share with you guys my favorite Japan purchases. Ta-da! Everyone in Japan always had these cute bag charms, and I had to go out and get me some. So this is one of my favorite Sanrio characters. It's the dog character, and I have a Totoro little thing, but it's actually a coin purse, so it's actually cute and useful.
Oh, oh my God, I really like that Totoro. Yeah.
I know. So, thank you everyone for joining. Oh, Larry, thank you for mentioning that was cool. Which reaction did you like the best? Please let us know. But without further ado, let's try to get started. Melody, can you tell us a little bit more about the sunset lamp, what it is, and what we're going to be doing today?
Sure, of course. I'm so glad to present this new feature. And actually, for this new feature, it's about making a really vivid environment lighting on the human's face and the body part. And if you go to our homepage here, we actually prepare like two templates to show this feature. One is called the sunset lights, and the other one is the studio lights. So if you hover on the feature image, so this one, there is a pretty famous sunset lamp.
Yes.
So I was want to like buy it, and
Uh-huh.
with this feature, actually you can create that sunset effect without like real lamp. Yeah.
Melody,
So
you should
that's
have
the
told
reason why
me.
I created the effect with this feature.
Melody, you should have told me that you were
Oh,
going
sorry.
to use this effect before I went out and bought the viral sunset lamp, because I actually really wanted this lamp and I bought it. And then you come up with a template, and now I've used my thing for nothing.
Can you can your sunset lamp change the color, or it's just like a one color?
My sunset lamp can actually change color, but I think my favorite setting is
Wow.
either the regular sunset, which is kind of like an orangish yellowish color, or the pink sunset. It kind of looks like when the sun's going down
Mm.
and like dusty and mist. So
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So for today, I mean, the example I set it for this template, I think is a classic combination of colors, the purple
mm,
and a little bit like the pink, really the, yeah, sunset and the rose color there. Yeah. And after that, I can go through about like how to set up like an animated environment light. So if you hover on this studio
oh,
light, yeah, you can see the lighting is actually like rotating around, and also the color is changing. So I can like show you how to do effect like that to create a really like vivid and animated environment light. Yeah.
that sounds perfect. I also see that Cow is joining us from the live. Hello, Cow. So nice to see you. What time is it where you're joining from? I feel like I really don't get to catch you usually because we're in different time zones. But let us know if you like this new time zone.
Okay, Celine, shall we start today
Yep,
for
I think we're ready to go.
awesome. Okay, cool. So I think like we can start with this sunset lights, because this one is a static lighting setup there. So if you open the template here, you can see it's already like the sunset effect is there. So if you go to the hierarchy part, you can see this is the part to control the lighting resource there. We actually have three lights in there, two support light and one purple directional light. So if you disable them, you can see which one controlled which part of the area. So for the purple directional light, it's controlling the whole purple effect, like in the environment, and it doesn't. You can't really tell the like directions there, but if you rotate it, you can see it's the dark and the light contrast on the screen. But it won't have like a contrast on the different area of the screen there. It will be the whole, for the image, the contrast will be the same for directional light. But for support light, so as you can think it as like a stage support light. And the reason why I combine them together, because for this like a pink rose circle is actually the effect of the combined orange and the like a red one. So I combine them together, and then if you rotate it, you see it's easier to tweak them together. The direction and the position of it. And of course, you can tweak the intensity of them. So I think if you're familiar with Effect House, definitely you will know about how to tweak the light setting there. So the thing I want to introduce about is the relight effects part. That is the thing really makes the lighting have the effect on your body and on the like a camera frame there. So for
Melody, I
example,
was
if I
going to ask,
huh?
what different kinds of lights can you use in Effect House? Is it just the environment light and the directional light, or is there any different kinds of lights?
That's a really great question, Celine. So For in Effect House, we actually have four different types of lights. Oh, yeah, four. It's directional light, point light, support light, and environment light. So, but there is a little bit limitation just for performance optimization. So for each project, we can only support like a three environment light and like a two directional light, 2 point light, and two support light. For like a more light source you add in that effect, it won't really affected your effect there. So for example, I already got two support light. If I add one more, and we can try to move it around it, you see it doesn't really have the impact on the camera there, on our frame there. That's because the limitation. So yeah, trying to remember, we have like a number limitation of each of the lighting types there. And as I mentioned, support. Mhm.
Oh, no, no. I was just going to emphasize the importance of lights because with me, I also have a small light to light up my scene right now. But if I didn't have it, it would cover it. I wouldn't look as cute. So make sure that you have proper lighting to light your subjects and you can kind of like brighten up someone's like tone or like create this amazing atmospheric effect. So definitely consider using lights and try adjusting it, animating it to get like a great vibey effect. Okay, go on, Melody.
Cool. Sure. Thank you, Celine. So this is the part that really makes the lighting have the effects there. If you disable this part, you see, even you have the lighting in the scene, it doesn't have the effect on the frame, right? So how to set about this part? It's actually you see it's image, so it's actually like a image with some special material. So for example, if I disable this one, and this is about holding the background lighting there. Simple like a PBR material could do that. You just need to create it like a standard PBR material and use your like the retouched render output and then assign it to it. It should holding your like a lighting effect there. Yeah, and you can tweak a little bit about the colors part, um, or like the metallic or roughness. You see, if I like turn on the metallic, the color will feel like a little bit sharp. And if you decrease the roughness, the light will have a highlight point on the frame there.
Wow,
But
wait,
if
this
you
is
increase the
actually a really
roughness, it will be it is,
this is actually a really cool effect if you want to do
sorry, go ahead.
like a glowing orb or something that needs like concentrated light. It really looks like it's glowing. So I think I didn't know that you can adjust the roughness and metallic to get this kind of effect. So this is another way, a hack, if you say, for those of you who are joining the live on how to use this template. That's really awesome, Melody.
Sure. Actually, you can think of it as a like a paper or a plan. So, for example, if you have a paper and if the paper is smooth enough on the surface, then you can see it reflect more like lights there. That's why you can like tweak the metallic and the roughness to create the different reflection effects on that part. And the next thing I wanted to show about is how can we highlight the portrait part and making the light have some depth on our portrait part. Okay, so here we have a new texture building the depth of like a camera view instead. And with normal, I need to enable this. You see, it's already you can see it's dramatically like changing the frame effect, right?
Oh my god.
And can you like see actually on the face part? Yeah.
Wow. I was
So
actually
because the
wondering
face
how
part
you got
is
the light
more
to
close to
reflect
the
on the
camera.
person. because it didn't seem like you were using like a 3D face mesh and it was being lit up. So I was like, oh, I wonder what is how it's being lit. And I didn't know that you were using our smart new feature that automatically generates normal maps based on your port for based on your image. So this is very good use of our new effect, I feel like. And for those of you who don't know what a normal map is, like Melody explained, let's say just a plane is smooth like a paper, right? But by adding normal map, you are basically bringing forth and making go back your plane, so you have ins and outs, and now that you're shining light on it, it actually reflects different. So thank you for the explanation, Melody. Back to you.
Yeah, thank you, Celine. So the normal texture is the key point to create the stereo perceptions on the face and your body part. Yeah. So as you can see, when we applied this normal texture on the normal of the material, it's already created this magic things happen there. And you can try to tweak the strengths to make it like a more natural. So for example, if I tweak it to 0.2, I think it looks a little bit, yeah, and we can decrease the metallic and okay. So yeah, feel free to try to tweak these parameters and find the best appropriate settings you wanted. And you can see actually for the background, there is still some like edges there. And what if I just wanted to highlight the portrait part? What we can do is using the opacity. So you see like we have the segmentation texture. So we can use the portrait segmentation texture and then applying to the opacity. And let's see. Okay. And because we wanted just to highlight the portrait part, so we can try to make it like this one. So remember, like previously, the whole frame is have the depth and create the stereo perception of the whole frame, right? But because we applied the opacity, the portrait segmentation texture, so it just cut off portrait part with the lighting on our face, and you see on our face if rotating her head, actually the light on her face is this dark and bright contrast on her face. So then actually we have already made the important part for this portrait relight effect. And if you like adding another background there, let me just bring back the things there. Okay, cool. So you see, actually for this effect, there are two layers or two effects being combined together. So the first is just the normal background, like a really a plain paper to holding the color effect, to holding the light color effect. And then we just trying to like added this portrait relight part to highlight the portrait part. And if we combine them together, this will like making the effect and highlight the lighting on the face part and the like a body part. And the cool thing about this is you can try to, as I mentioned, like tweak the metallic or roughness of it. So will make you feel like wearing some like a plastic or like a really smooth skins there.
Effect. I feel like you can use these kind of effects to make
Yeah.
like an underwater mermaid or like wrapped in plastic. I think Eddie may be using this feature because I saw his the TikTok ambassador, our ambassador Eddie in 3D. I saw that he recently released like a plastic wrap kind of effect. Also, we heard a really funny and smart feedback from
Oh,
Cal,
wow.
who is another ambassador
We made a lot
in the
of
chat right now, and they're saying would be nice if we put a Batman sign at the back and a person as well. I think that is such a fun and creative use of this sunset lamp. Instead of having it like light the person, you can actually omit that part and only use the background so you can get a Batman. Do you guys know the bat sign where like people are calling for Batman? You get like a huge light that has like a bat wing
Yeah.
on it. You can do that. Totally. So what a great idea, Cal. Thank you, Melody. I think you can continue.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Celine. So yeah, I also watched that Batman movie, and he plays a trick like making the Batman shadow and put it on the like a spotlight there. So there is projecting that like a Batman shadow on the wall. Yeah. The the only thing is currently if we want to make that specific shadow, we need to are still working on that feature. So we probably can't really make like specific shadows. As I mentioned, the sunlight for this one, the sunlight is big, right? It's like not moving. What we can do is creating like a animated light effect. So that is in our another template, but I can show you here quickly. So if I deleted this lighting source, and we can try to add a point light maybe. So with the point light, actually, if you make the point light move around, it's actually like creating this water effect on the face. So with the visual scripting, you can try to control the position or the rotation of your point light to create the animation happens there. It's about this studio light effect there. So you see for our environment light, this one takes the environment map and the terrain map. It will actually also animated effect. And for example, I have prepared some like environment lighting texture for you. 1 second. So the image type should be like a HDR type. You see here, it has a suffix called like a HDR. And when you're trying to import this HDR environment texture, you need to go to Add Asset, Import, and Environment Map. And we can try to maybe import those of the HDR texture. And I can make the resolution a little bit high. Okay, so now we have our studio like environment map in there. And what we can do is just replace the environment map with the asset we just imported there. And you see, actually, the face part is already reflecting the environment light, and we can increase it a little bit. And if you tweak the rotation, you see the environment lighting is changing.
Wow.
And what we can quickly do is just use the visual scripting and probably set a really simple interaction, like a transition or something, transit by time. and the rotation should be 0 to 1, and its duration 3 seconds. We can make it keep running. So you see, we are making like a um, animated environment lighting effect, really quick and
What?
simple.
I didn't know you can
Just
do
by
this. This is so fun. Also makes you feel like you're at a club just a little bit.
exactly, that's why I really like this effect. Yeah. And if you feel it's too shiny on the face, as I mentioned, you can go to this metallic or roughness to tweak it, so the color will mix like a little bit natural on the face. Yeah. So that is the part I wanted to show you guys how to make the animated environment light pretty quickly. Just create your own HDR texture and import it through environment map, and like replace the texture of the environment map here, trying to use our visual scripting, set some simple interactions of the rotation, and then you can have your like a disco environment lighting there. So for the environment light, you can imagine it as how do you see that? So it's a texture and it's like a web around it your body. And if you want to rotate it, you can see it's actually the rotating around. And for each side, for like a different area, the paper have different color. So that's created the different lighting effects on your face. That's about the environment light you can think about. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. So guys, imagine if you have like a long strip of cellophane, and you connect those ends so it looks like a cake wrapper. You know, when you buy cake and it comes like in this
Mhm.
plastic wrap, and then you color them, and then you shine flashlight through it as you're spinning the thing, and then you'll get different colors. So if you want to do like a rainbow color, you can do color everything in a rainbow. Or if you just want to do like a natural gradient shift so it looks like you're going from night to day, you can totally do that. Start out with like a dark blue navy color, and then go like super yellow during like midday, and then during like sunset you can go like red and orange, and back to the night, so you can be like, oh, my 24 hours, and you can name it and have your own visuals. I think that would be so cute. I think that's my next effect.
Yeah, yeah, cool, cool. And one more thing I want to mention that I think like people asked me about, oh, well, this like lighting effect also working on like some 3D objects. If I'm wearing some 3D accessories, will that also like have the lighting effect on the 3D objects I added there? So I think like we can show it here to see if that works good. Um, so we can try to browse our asset library and let's see.
We've added
Maybe we
so
can
many
try this
things
like a
to the
holographic.
yes. We've
Yeah, yeah.
added so many awesome new asset, 2D assets, 3D assets, materials, visual scripting, and we still have assets from even our Minecraft challenge and our Exploding Kittens challenge. So if you haven't already, go check out the asset library. We've probably added a whole bunch of things that you didn't check out yet. So go check it out.
Cool. Yeah, so I just added this holographic cowboy hat, and I think it's in the thing. But the reason why it doesn't show up is because we have the two images like holding the lighting just in front, so it's covered everything there, so that's why it doesn't like show up the uh, cowboy hat there. So the thing we can do is, but what if we move it forward? Okay, so you can see the lighting is just on the body part, but not really including the head. It feels a little bit outstanding there. So what we can try is we can try to create it render texture, and for this cowboy effect, we can render the result to this render texture there. Okay, and for our relight, where is the okay portrait relight? Let's try to hold this render texture and see. Okay, so you can see they're part of the heading there, but like the other parts being cut off because that is we have the opacity to just show the portrait area. And let's change this part as well. Okay, so now I think it's working. So you see the lighting is actually also applying on your cowboy hat. So I think it works if you like trying to wear other like a virtual 3D accessories or like some face effects. This lighting will also like applying it and putting that 3D accessory or like a 2D effects there. Yeah. So just trying to like create a render texture and like render all your result to that render texture. And for your portrait relight part, the input of that, we change it from the previous like retouch render texture to this like your current render texture. So this one will hold the result of that 3D accessory of the cowboy hat there. Yeah.
I have a
So
question,
you can
Melody.
see like when wearing the hat and the hat is also on the
What if alternatively I wanted to make my hat like a neon hat? So instead of having the same light as the person, it actually like feels like it's emitting light. Can you set an environment light just to affect the 3D object, but not the portrait?
Oh, you mean like just highlight the object without the portrait part?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. I think we can do that. Actually, if you let's see, if you disable this part, it's okay. It's like
Because I was looking at your
background
project and the funky
holding.
lights plus the cowboy hat really reminded me of like EDM raves and festivals and Coachella. And at those, a lot of people wear like glowing neon hats. And I was wondering, what if I can do it in Effect House? That would be so cool, and I would save so much money buying those hefty accessories.
Okay, let's see. So, if it is just the normal hat, right? And I think like you can do something on the hat material. Okay. So this one is already. Let me think about it. So if we have it's just the opacity there, and just on the part. Okay. That's still trying to render to a
While
render
Melody
texture.
is working on this effect, I wanted to show you guys Melody's effect that combines the use of this sunset light template plus our last template live. We covered seasonal colors where we were using material instances, and she combined these two templates and created an awesome new effect called sunlight dust. And if you try it, it makes you look like you're in like a dusty kind of scene with glow. It is actually so pretty. I'm predicting that it would go viral, but I will show it to you guys right now. Wait, let me go to host mode. Guys, look at this. Isn't this gorgeous? Isn't this beautiful? Yes, this feels makes me feel like I wanna pose. Oh, like, "Oh, did you call me? What? I'm just enjoying the sunset."
I think like with your promotion, this probably go viral. Share your video.
I will share this video. But this is so awesome and a great use of the two templates. You can not only use one template, you can combine them and make super awesome effects like this. So think of what other effects you want to add this to. I feel like this is really versatile because you have the sunset light can be pretty much applied to like all of the different kinds of templates. I'm trying to think which one I would like to
So
add to.
so I think I partially figured it out. So you see like this is the with the color, the lighting color on it, and this is without the original color. But because it is already like a neon effect, so I hope you can see the differences there.
Ooh, yes, I think I can.
Yeah. So the logic I make it is for the first group, this one, ignore the name there. I just duplicated. This one is like a rendering the original cowboy. How to spell original? original, original hat. This one is rendering the original hat. And you see the render texture is the final render output. Okay, so this is holding the original one, right? Okay. And if we wanted to apply the lighting on the hat, what I do is I create another render group. And for this render group, it's actually the hat, but render to a render texture. So for this one, you see the camera render texture, I set it to render texture here. And for this group, is holding the final result with the lighting on the hat. So you see here, the input of this lighting is the render texture. And this is where I put it. So actually it's adding the like a color on this like a neon hat there. So if you increase the
Mm.
intensity, you can see it's actually have
Oh,
the
wow,
how
it's glowing.
yeah, and we probably can make it move really fast. Yeah. But since it's like already neon, so it's a little harder to tell. Yeah.
I
But you
think
can
this is
see like
super
this.
awesome.
Yeah.
It totally looks like it's glowing. I'll maybe animate it so it like kind of pulses, so the slider goes up and down, so people can see like, oh my gosh, it's like blinking. So many fun ways to use this.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, I think like that's pretty much all the things I'm gonna share today. So just trying to recap, the key point to making the stereo perceptions on your face or the body part is trying to generated like a normal texture in your assets and created like a our building PBR material. And for that PBR material, trying to apply that normal texture to your normal sections. And if you just wanted to highlight the body part for the opacity, you need to open the opacity and use the portrait segmentation to just highlight the portrait part. But you can also try to use other types of segmentation to highlight other part. For example, have clothing. If you wanted the lighting only highlight your clothing or only highlight your face or hand part, definitely try different segmentation texture. And after you did that, go to the render group there and trying to switch the blend mode. Usually we select a normal, but you can try like a soft light to create like a more natural effect there. So that is the way to set the like a relight material. And as I mentioned, if you wanted to create an animated environment light, you can use our HDR texture and just replace it inside your environment lighting component there. And you can use the visual scripting to set some interaction, tweak the intensity or the rotation to create the animation and animation of the lighting effect right there. Yeah, that's yeah, I think that's pretty much of today. And I think we did a little experiment, so the lighting can also working on any 3D accessories you're trying to wear. So yeah, release your creativity.
Yay! Thank you, Melody, for another wonderful session. I feel like usually I don't really try to mess with like the lighting, but today I learned that it opens up a whole new world of different kinds of effects that you can make. So I'm very, very excited. I feel like we're gonna see a lot more colorful effects really, really soon. So please create something, and if you do, tag us so we can check it out. Also, in the beginning of the live, I hosted a poll. I said, "Do you guys own the viral sunset lamp?" And 88% of you said yes. So I think we were all influenced by TikTok, but it is a good influence. But if you are on a spot, you're traveling and you forgot your sunset lamp and you want that moody photo, don't forget to use this template. And I think that is it for today. Okay, Melody, any final departing
Yeah.
words?
I'm really looking forward to your effects. And I saw like people create some lighting effects for TikTok live. So yeah, maybe we can
Oh,
try that as well. Yeah.
speaking of, Cal mentioned it earlier, but we have the live asset challenge that is happening right now. So if you don't know, we are looking for
Wow.
assets that you can use during live, and go check out our challenge page and participate for rewards. So see you guys soon. Use all of the lessons we learned today and ideas to make your own awesome effect. And we will see each other very, very soon at another live. Okay, guys, have a great rest of your day.
Okay, bye.
Showing off
Have a
my
good night.
showing off
Bye.
my bag again. Very cute. Very cute. Look at this. This baby has a suckling thing. It's a baby.
Oh my God.
Sorry, guys. I just wanted to show off. Bye.
Bye. Bye.